Alright, so recently I did a live stream over on Twitch for The Last of Us. Never played it before, and it wasn't a game series that I was really that interested in the first place, but it is really popular, and it was on PS Now, both games. The second one's temporarily there for like until January, so I thought I'd give it a shot, and I put it on a poll for 5 games, and it got like 70% of the vote, so I played it. And yeah, with the amount of people that voted for it, the turnout wasn't so good. So I think like one person showed up in I think I almost went 5 hours, and only one person showed up. I don't even know if they actually voted on the poll or not. They are one of my regular subscribers though, so yeah, so needless to say, I was pretty pissed to have a game be voted for by the majority of people who voted, and then they don't show up, which is pretty typical. And I know I said I was going to do another poll after I finished those 2 games, but I'm not going to finish those 2 games. I played 5 hours of the first game, and it had a good story, and I like the voice acting, but the gameplay is complete trash, and that's gonna ruffle some jimmies, but it is what it is. So is it rustle jimmies? Ruffle feathers, that's the phrase. Ruffle feathers, rustle jimmies, whatever. I don't even know what any of that means anyway. But yeah, it's gonna piss people off that I don't like the game. I thought the story was fine, but the gameplay was just not good. Yeah, I kept getting kept getting killed by these clickers. Now you can see how that was difficult to say. Killed by clickers. Yeah. So after several times getting killed by clickers, apparently the only way to kill them is with a shiv, and it's kind of hard to have shivs in the beginning of the game. I don't know if that's a huge oversight or I'm just not seeing something, but I couldn't get enough shivs. And sometimes it takes like 2 shivs to kill them, which is so stupid. Why does a shiv break after 1 use? That's not realistic. Anyways, so I won't be playing The Last of Us anymore, and I won't be putting up any new polls for game choices. I said I would. I said I would take the remaining 4 games that didn't make the list, or make the cut, and then add in a 5th new game and make a new poll, but I'm not doing that because, like I predicted, when I made the poll, I predicted it. People will vote, and then they won't show up. And I put it in the poll. I said, no. If you're going to vote for a game, don't vote unless you actually are sure, 100% sure, that you're going to be there. If you're not going to be there, don't vote. That's what the vote is for. Because I'm picking a game based off what I think get people to join. So, no more polls. Sad to say, I like the polls. I thought it was a cool idea. I thought that it would be a great way to include viewers in the choice, that they can choose what game they want to see me stream. I thought that'd be a nice thing to do, but fuck me, right? So no more polls. So I'm going to, and speaking of polls, I put it up as kind of a joke, but the fact that somebody actually, said that. So like the five choices I had was, who's gonna be at my Last of Us stream? And there's 5 options maximum. And I wanted to fill it out, so I filled it out with like some joke ones. And obviously the first one's I'll be there. Then there's like, I'm not going to watch you because I don't actually support you. Which was sort of meant as a joke, but not really. If you're not gonna watch me, but it's because you can't, then you wouldn't click that. But if you actually are being a dick, that was basically my open invitation for anyone to show anonymously that they're a dickhead. So yeah, somebody voted for that. And then I lost a subscriber, which is like, why were you subscribed to me in the first place? I have a feeling they were subscribed to me for other reasons, and none of them were positive. People do that shit all the time. They'll subscribe to you just so they can mass dislike all your videos with multiple accounts. And people don't seem to see that. People are complaining a lot about this whole dislike button number thing, and everyone seems to think it's all about big corporations, but and they're like, dude, people don't do that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And if you truly believe people don't do shit like that, you either have never uploaded videos regularly, and you're just a YouTube viewer, or you're lying, and you're, denying that you partake in these kinds of activities. Third one was, I'll try to be there. Translation, I probably won't be there, which is very accurate. Fourth one was, I'll bring some friends with me. That's the one that I wish would happen the most. I mean, seriously, all these people with their Reddits and and their Discords, you would think they would bring some friends once in a while. Never seems to happen. I always hear about people having servers and shit and subreddits where they go and raid people, but I never see it in action for me. And the last one, I just wanted to fill it out with a joke because there's one more option left. I'm gonna masturbate to your stream. 40% of the vote. Very nice. I mean, there's only 5 votes, and 3 out of the 5 options were selected. So yeah, 20% I'll be there. 40% not gonna watch you. 40% gonna masturbate to your stream. Well, hey, at least with the masturbating thing, you're watching. So, and I meant that as a joke anyway, and looks like somebody got the joke. Maybe they're not joking, which I guess is fine if that's what gets you to watch. No hot tub streams. Not happening. Maybe someday. I'm joking. Of course. Or am I? But anyways, no more polls. And I noticed that... I'm trying to scroll down here. It's frozen. I noticed that people also voted for Kingdoms of Amalur, Re-Reckoning, and Undertale. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They both got 14% each. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna pick either one of those next. Because honestly, the people who voted for that probably aren't gonna show up to that either. Which would make you ask, well, why are you picking the next 2 games, Mafia Definitive Edition and Final Fantasy IX, when they both got 0% of the votes? Why would you pick those? Well, because Last of Us series got 70% of the votes and no one fucking showed up, so... What does that tell you? It just tells you that the poll is useless and asking their opinions is useless and I should just play what I want. And I think the game I'm most interested in right now is Mafia Definitive Edition and Final Fantasy IX. And of course I am streaming over at Twitch, so honestly I should probably take everything that's said over here on YouTube's polls with a grain of salt, because I don't even know how many of these people are following me over to Twitch anyway. I don't really know how many people are just following me on YouTube, just follow me on Twitch, or follow me on both. I know some people are following me on both and I know who they are, but there's probably other people where I don't know. I don't even know who voted on this. It's an anonymous vote. so that sucks. So yeah, like, I'm sure, yeah, the new Mafia Definitive Edition, that's the remake, that just came out, like, not too long ago. So, there should probably still be an audience for that. And Final Fantasy IX, I would think there'd be an audience for that over on Twitch. There was an audience for Last of Us, but honestly, it was very oversaturated. There was a lot of channels streaming it. Kingdom of Amalur, I've never played that, so pretty much all these games I've never played, except for The Last of Us, which I played for 5 hours, and I don't understand the hype around that series at all. I can't say if the sequel is any better, because I won't be playing it, because I don't play games out of order. So, I mean, that's just how it is. Let's see. So yeah, I got Final Fantasy IX installed. Mafia Definitive Edition is still installed. I got 15 minutes left on it, but I'm not going to be streaming any of those today. I'll probably be streaming in the next couple days again, so take a couple days off from streaming. So yeah, like, I haven't done any off-camera streams in a long time. I'm doing all my shit on camera. So what I think I'm gonna do is, because I honestly don't think a lot of people are gonna show up to Final Fantasy IX, like even less than Mafia. My nose is a little bit plugged up because I'm still sick, so it's kind of difficult for me to breathe while I talk. So yeah, I think the Mafia games, I will play those on camera, have some drinks, because I think that'll be a lot more like action-packed and exciting. And for Final Fantasy IX, there it goes again, I can't fucking breathe, I need to blow my nose. Final Fantasy IX, I think those are gonna be the streams I do off camera, you know, just hanging out off camera and just relaxing, and it's gonna be like a relaxing, quiet stream. So yeah, I don't know how long those streams will be, but they're definitely gonna be off camera for Final Fantasy IX. And that's when people show up and say, no camera? Why isn't your camera on? It's like, because I didn't really think it was important to put the camera on for that type of game, because it's a very repetitive, level grinding game. I'm not really big on turn-based RPGs, but I am interested in this game for its story. I've never played it. It looks interesting. And I don't completely hate turn-based RPGs. I'm just not a fan of them, and I don't prefer them. But obviously, if the game has a good story, then I'll check it out. So, because there's plenty of turn-based RPGs that have a great story, and that's what gets you through it. But I really hate level grinding. I hate that so much. I hate fighting the same enemies over and over, and random encounters. I hate that shit. It's such an old trope, and it needs to die. It honestly does. I like RPGs, I just don't like turn-based RPGs, but I will play some of them. Yeah, so I don't know which game I'm gonna play next. If I had to guess, I don't know, probably Mafia Definitive Edition. And I will continue to promote Final Fantasy IX while I'm doing that. But, yeah, I think I would play Final Fantasy IX on camera if enough people said they were gonna show up. And actually did. I don't know, like, people saying things, words mean nothing. It's either you do something or you don't do something. So when people say they're gonna do something, I genuinely don't believe them, because I know that it's usually bullshit. So yeah, Mafia Definitive Edition, Final Fantasy IX, coming soon. twitch.tv/JohnnyInJapan. It's gonna be awesome, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't know how long the streams are gonna be. I don't want them to be super long streams. Like, typically I do some pretty lengthy streams, but I think 4 or 5 hours is where I need to start being. Maybe even less, 3-4 hours. Like have smaller streams, because doing the really long streams, I don't really get anything out of that. I like doing long streams, but I don't like doing them if there's not enough attendance in the live chat. And watching a VOD does nothing for me. Like, I don't care about that. So when people say like, oh, sorry I missed your stream, I'll watch the VOD, I'm like, I don't care. that sounds like a dick, but hey, you know, I really don't. That's just me being honest. When someone says, don't worry, I can't watch your stream live, but don't worry, I'll watch the VOD, I don't care. Like, why would I? That means nothing to me, because I don't watch the VOD. I don't watch VODs at all, from anyone else or myself. You know, the whole point of a live stream is to have people there live chatting so you can interact with them. Which is why I'll be playing Final Fantasy IX off camera. Because, honestly, there's nothing probably to react to on camera for that type of game, because there's going to be a lot of repetitive level grinding for a large portion of the game. That's why the games are so long. The games are so fucking long because it's mostly level grinding. It's not because the story is long. So, you know, that's why I think turn-based RPGs are a trope that should die, because level grinding is like the worst thing about RPGs. Anyways, I'm gonna go now because I can't fucking breathe. I need to blow my nose a lot. And yeah, hopefully I will see some people over on the Twitch streams. Probably not. Hopefully I'll find some new people. And if you do decide to join, chat. Lurking does nothing for me. Like, if anyone says like, oh, I was watching but I just couldn't chat, like, well, it doesn't really do anything for me. It's like the whole point of the live stream is to interact with people. It's like basically it's like if you're lurking, you're getting something out of it, but I'm not, because I don't know who's watching me. So like, it does nothing for me. It's not enough for me to know that some people are watching, because I don't know who it is. So if you're gonna be a lurker, don't do it. Just chat. I don't understand lurking at all. I don't do it. I don't like lurking. I just don't understand the concept of lurking. So, yeah, hopefully I'll see some people there. Hopefully I'll get some new followers over there by trying out new games. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start rapid fire playing these games, getting through them quickly, and seeing what sticks and what doesn't. And I don't want to spend too long on one game, you know, especially if it's not working. Now, if it does work, then of course I will stick with it longer, but I'm not gonna make the mistake of, you know, sticking with a game way too long when it's just not working. Of course, if I really enjoy the game, sure, fine. Like, if it has a good story, like Mafia, if it has a great story, Final Fantasy IX, they have a great story, then sure, I'll finish them. Although, to be honest, I might just finish them privately by myself. I need to start doing that. When the game doesn't work, but I still enjoy it, but it's just not working on stream, maybe I should just play it alone. Which is basically what I'm doing on stream most of the time anyway. Anyways, that's me ranting about stuff. I constantly sound like a fucking negative downer. But hey, it is what it is. I'm being honest. People don't like that. People don't like honesty, or people don't like it when you vent. People say, how dare you? That's what they say. How dare you vent? How dare you have honest feelings about stuff and you display them publicly? Keep that shit to yourself. It's like, well, you know, you can just go away. And that's my response. Just go away. If you don't like it. You know, instead of subscribing to somebody and constantly disliking their videos, even though you don't like them, just go away. Your life. People will follow me on here, even though they don't like me. They'll follow me continuously. It's like, I don't understand why. Kind of weird. But yeah, I'm just, you know, putting my feelings out there, saying what I think, and that's all I got to say. See you later.